Bank2Budget, your category form. This form is accessed through your reports, and it allows you to adjust your user tracking budgets against the national standards. As I explained in a previous video, some people have to spend more in electricity for air conditioning, or even in the north there's heating that is a factor that doesn't really apply to national standards. This is a way of having those variables adjusted so that you can actually use your money and apply your budgets so that you break to a net each month. So that's a little complex, but let's go ahead and take a look. That's the best way to check this out. Okay, John's budget. Once again, your reports is how it's accessed. Okay, you can maximize the form. And of course in here you see the analysis of car transportation, the gasoline and car repairs, and tag registration are samples of what goes into this category here. So let's take a look at customize your categories, so you'll be able to understand how these types of lines in here, the financial category, is actually matched up. Click that. Okay, in here, this yellow field you'll see are your percentages that you budget percentages that you've applied to each category. Over here on the right, though, you'll see that these are the only categories that exist in John's database here, so not all the fields are actually one for one, because his financial activity is not applicable to all the financial standards that are out there. Okay, so simply looking at this, what you'll notice is in the red is a negative figure here. It seems like John's housing is consistently on a negative results each month. So you start to look around. Well, where am I positive, and where can I move my negative? From first view of this, it looks like utilities is consistently on a positive status, and I can probably move some budget from utilities to the housing category. And there's utilities and there's housing. Okay, so if I let's say I wanted to move around 10%, so I would adjust this category here, 0.10, and I would take away this category here. Okay. And what you want to make sure is on a refresh that this becomes 100%, so you've got a zero budget there. So refreshing puts it at 100%, and if you noticed, housing, the negative amount that's calculated each month is reduced, so that helps out a little bit. It shows that he expects to spend 39% of his paycheck and revenue that come in to the housing category. Of course, housing, there's a sample listing down here again for you. And this did throw utilities into a negative posture, but only by $26. So it looks good. This is how a user would adjust their budget categories. Let's take a look at close reports. Alright, so that was utilities that we looked at. Utilities breaks down into the monthly tracking, and if you notice, you're still in a positive state here for the individual years that are listed here. So that's a sample of adjusting your budget.